Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Grain of Salt. Kick back, relax, grab a bucket of popcorn, and enjoy the show. This week on Grain of Salt, we have a juicy, boozy topic, and that is what, Melisa? Stage fright?
Yeah.
What are we talking about this week?
Oh, we are talking about high school.
Yeah, baby. We're talking about the blessed fucking experience of high school, all 4 years. Almost 4 for me. Actually, a little more, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, that's true.
And high school, to preface, is where Melisa and I met.
Yeah.
And we'll get into our experiences together and separately in high school. Why don't you start with wherever you want to start, Melisa?
Okay. Well,
we should also mention the change in environment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're in the bed. We're in my room this week for unforeseen circumstances that we probably should not get into on the podcast.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
We made it work for you guys, and we're committed. Every week we're here, and we'll make it work somehow.
Next time we'll be behind a dumpster.
Next time we'll be behind a dumpster, and then the week after that we'll be in it.
Yeah, that would be cool.
We'll have a big extension cord coming from the apartment outside of the dumpster, and then we get we're like, why is it moving? It's trash day. It'll make for a really good podcast.
Yeah.
Getting crushed in a trash truck ASMR. Getting killed. Get ready, those TikToks that are like, get ready with me to get crushed by a trash truck. And it's like a soda can. Have you seen those? Oh, they're so funny. You would love them. About high school.
Yeah. So, we met because of band. So
right.
I think we should start there.
Yeah. And we were in the same section.
Yes, which was so awesome. I think, I can't remember if you were.
I can't remember what instrument we played.
Yeah. But I don't think we when we first started, I don't think we were friends.
Oh,
right?
I thought about this before. Like how did this friendship even start? I literally don't remember.
Disneyland.
Really?
Yeah.
One of the Disneyland trips?
Yep.
Oh,
the first one.
Because you were you tagged along with somebody, two groups kind of meshed.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's crazy.
Because that's when we were on the what the fuck is it called? The bear ride where you were in the fucking wheel spinning on the fucking river.
The river rapids thing?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah, the bear. Is there?
It's called Bear something.
Oh.
Bear Rapids. Bear necessities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Simple.
Yeah.
But that's where we met, and that's where it was you, Isabel, Mariah, and then it was me. I was in a group with a bunch of people. It was Alex, Miranda, Ramon.
I want to say I was vlogging that day too.
You were.
Oh my God.
That was I think we known each other a little bit before that because I knew you had a YouTube channel. So I think I knew a little bit, but because of Isabel. I think Isabel was one of
she was hyping me up.
Yeah.
And we had to have known each other at least a little bit from being in the same section.
Yeah, for sure. And
for preface or for context, I'm a year older than Melisa. So I was always a year ahead of her in high school.
No, you weren't.
I was held back.
Yeah.
I was not held back. Guys, get out of the comment section.
Right. Anyways. I think I was pretty I was very scared to start high school because I was I don't really know anybody besides the 3-4 people that I knew from elementary school, from middle school. And then I think we once we were in our groups, I think that's where me and Terrence got a little bit closer. And it was me and him. Everybody always thought we were dating too, which was crazy. But I guess I could see it.
You're I ship us.
Literally together 24/7.
Yeah.
But band I think definitely helped me ease into high school because we did start so early from when people usually start high school. Because we would start practicing 2 months before or so. Right?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Band camp, right?
Yeah.
You're we did not have a summer at all.
No, because we had mini band camp then.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that was a little bit earlier
camp,
than
actually.
That.
Yeah, so essentially it was marching band too.
Yeah.
Literally, Ariana was talking yesterday. She was I told someone I was in band in high school and they thought I was in a band. like, bow. Yeah. I don't know why I'm faking. I have a microphone when I literally have a microphone right here. I guess it's a different type of microphone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't like a fucking garage band.
No. We weren't that cool.
We were not that cool. We were marching band kids.
Yeah. Not the annoying, cringy ones, though.
Yeah, we were actually like the cool ones.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone there, like, I don't know, everyone had their own
There were some like
few
people.
Yeah, I guess that's a given though. Like when you, because it was like a big band. Like there was like when I started, it was like
600, right?
600.
Yeah.
No. Wait, what? 600 people,
right? We were a lot.
Our like division was called 6A.
Yeah,
that might be where you're getting 6.
It probably.
There was definitely
not 600.
1,000 kids on the field.
That would be crazy.
You have these 2 sprigs of grass to stay on during the show, but that shit was like, I mean, we got PE credit for marching band. Like it was like actually like physically demanding.
No,
like,
it was.
We would run before. Yeah, for all you fucking people who were like, oh, like they get PE credit.
Yeah, they just
you're kind of right, but like we did run beforehand, and they would like at the beginning of every season, which is we started. Yeah, so to like kind of put a timeline on it, like mini camp was at like the beginning of the summer. It was like June or July.
Yeah. I think it was in June.
Yeah. Like mid June, like right after school let out for the summer. Like we would let out in early June. And then we'd have our summer. And then once July 1st hit, at least for me, I was like, fuck, the end of this month, like band camp starts. Band camp was the worst part of it because you're nowhere close to a tournament.
Yeah.
You are like, it's all the fucking time. Literally like it was 9 hours a day, 5 days a week for 2 weeks. And that was the 2 weeks directly before the school year. So like essentially for those 5 days, you wake up, you go to band camp, and like the first 4 hours was inside learning the music. Then we had a lunch for an hour, and then the remaining 4 hours we were outside learning to march. And so it's like hell
I
hated that. Like go to sleep, you're exhausted, you wake up and you're like, how is it already time to fucking do it again? And that lasted for 5 days, and then you did it again for another week, and then you started high school. But for me, I did start, they had a thing where like they allowed middle schoolers to do it. So I started my 8th grade year. So technically I marched 5 seasons, whatever. But yeah, I totally agree with you where you say it helped you, ease into high school. And I think like definitely like knowing people and stuff and having a whole season with them. Like I had an in, like I kind of had my foot in the door, so it wasn't as like intimidating. And I could totally see that even with just band camp. Like you spend a lot of time like with those people and you get to know people. And I think it was great for like socializing. Like
for sure.
I mean, obviously I met you from band, and I've met like a number of really great people from band that I'm still friends with now. And like, I wouldn't have it any other way, I don't think, like in terms of like the stuff outside of the social aspect of it. Because I mean, I feel like there were parts that would suck regardless. Like if I didn't do band, I would have been like in PE or something. Maybe I would have liked dance. I don't know. Like I could have been like a dancing fag. I could have been like the star of the show. They're like, that's the gay one. Oh my God, he's coming on stage. But yeah, did you like band overall?
I did. I think.
Were you about to say you loved it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
But
you hesitated.
Yeah.
I hate
it's like, it's a mix between both because the way it was run by the directors and like the staff that were there sometimes was kind of like, fuck you. Why are you even here? You're not even nice. Like, what are we doing this for?
Yeah, I've definitely heard things. And I feel like I probably experienced at least a couple.
Yeah. And then like the other aspect of it was like you were with your friends like basically the whole fucking day. Like you went to school, but even then, like, I don't know. My motivation for school wasn't even like to be there. It was like to be around my friends or like
literally.
people.
Oh my God, I literally wrote that in my notes. Really? I said something about like it was more like a social hour for me. Yeah. It wasn't like, ooh, I'm chasing my dreams. Yeah. Like no, doing integrated math. What the fuck? Yeah. And I love how they're like their excuse for that is like, oh, it like challenges your brain. And I'm like, I have a home life. Like that's challenging my brain.
Yeah,
like figure out what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. So that aspect, it was like whatever's, but it really like, I honestly don't think I would have been the person I am without it.
Yeah, me
like,
too.
It definitely shaped me in a lot of different ways, and in like good ways, because I wouldn't be as social, I feel like, as I am. Like I'm already not super social, but like without it, I think I would have been more in a little shell.
Yeah. I think you're a fairly social person.
Really?
Maybe it's just with the right people.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. We've known each other for a while. So like, like whenever we're together, you're definitely social.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the same as you in that way, where like when I'm like not clicking with someone, I'm like, I want to shoot myself in the face real quick.
Literally.
Just like a quick gunshot. Just one. Such a small little gunshot. What a cute little thing. But yeah, band was, that's how we met.
Yeah.
And now we're married with 18 children.
Yep.
And they all start with J. Hi, Daniel Duggar. Nice to meet you. Daniel and Melisa Duggar. My first note was, everyone's dying to know, were we popular?
Oh God, of course.
Were you popular? Would you describe yourself as popular?
No, definitely not.
In terms of band or in terms of the whole school?
I feel like in terms of band, my first 2 years, I was not popular but well known. Because
you're so humble.
Yeah, because
I was so popular.
Yeah. But I feel like the group that I was in, everybody wanted an in because we knew everybody's fucking secrets. So it's like we had a group chat, and like it was, I think, like maybe 4 or 5 of us, and the guy who was like leader of the group, like he kind of had an insight on everything because he knows everybody. He'll get shit out of anybody, like whoever he wants.
Yeah.
And so like he would always start shit too with other people, which I thought was so fucking funny because it was literally for no reason.
So you guys were the toxic ones.
Yeah. We definitely were.
I'm like, I was bullied by you guys. Probably.
Yeah, literally, one of my friends got called a fat whale from this person.
Oh,
it was
my God.
It still haunts him.
I was probably in the fat whale group. You guys were the bitches. We were the beached.
That was so good.
I'll be here all night. I probably have a pit stain. It sounds like the young and the reckless or restless. The bitches and the beached. Me just like flopping onto the sand, all dead. Oh my God, it's a whale. I was not a killer whale. I was just a regular fat ass whale. You're like crying. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So funny.
All right, we have one TikTok so far. We need at least one more.
But yeah, this person was very interesting. He always had something to say about anybody. Like nobody could come at him because he had shit.
I feel like if you have like a connection to somebody who's already in the band, or even I guess it would be on a smaller scale since it's like more broad of an amount of people. Obviously, we went to a high school with like at least 2,000 people.
Oh yeah,
I think at one point there was like 3,000. But yeah, I feel like it kind of gives you an in, and it's like, oh, you're so and so's sibling, and it's like, and then like you can make friends kind of easier. So like for you didn't have an older sibling, so I feel like it took more like bravery and courage to kind of like get your foot in the door, and that's where I could see band helping a lot, and that's really good. That you know,
and I think because of how me and Terrence like our dynamic was. Everybody was like, "Oh, you guys are funny," or like, "Oh, you guys are so good together," or like some like, because we were
you guys
just
are
like,
so cute together.
Yeah, we were just like us. We were fucking crazy at that time. I was fucking crazy, like actually
at that time.
Like I mean, not anymore.
Yeah,
but like, I guess we would kind of be annoying and stuff, but we would be laughing all the fucking time. Like we always
that was
were,
like the best part
jokes.
of high school, and it makes it so much fucking funnier when you can't laugh.
Yeah.
Like you're in the middle of a class and like someone drops a pencil or some shit. Like that is for some reason the funniest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, literally. So I think he definitely like made me come out of my shell more, and I think we both helped each other with that because I feel like we were both very shy people.
That's great.
Yeah, and so
that's
like
so wholesome.
Yeah, and then like slowly like everybody was like, oh, like let's hang out with them, or like we already had other friends and we kind of just combined all our friends together. And
yeah,
so, like,
I feel like for the most part, like once you're like a few months in, like people have, I don't know, and that's where I could see, like, you kind of look back on it and you're like, I can see why people, like teachers put like students into new groups or new seating arrangements, because like it really does help. I could see, and like the like if someone doesn't have friends, like it could be really bad for their mental health, and you could really make a meaningful connection with like even just based on a seating chart. And of course everyone hates it when it first happens, but it's kind of like when, like, I don't know, they update Snapchat and people are like, what the fuck is Snap Map? And then like everyone's using it like a month later. Like it's kind of the same thing. Like people just don't like change, but it can be really beneficial in the long run, or not. Like you could not make a new friend, and then you're like, I fucking hate this class now because I used to sit next to my best friend and not pay attention at all.
Yeah. And even like how you said with like the changing like different groups in classes, like I always tried to be nice to everybody, because I was like,
me too.
It like even like the weird kids in the class that you like, everybody was like, oh, like what?
I never understood like bullying. Maybe that comes from a place of privilege too. Like I had a good home life. Like I feel like when, especially in high school, when people are still developing and stuff, like when someone takes it out on somebody else, it's likely because there's something going on in their life. And it's not to say that I didn't have other stuff going on in my life that was negative, but for whatever reason, it was just kind of ingrained in me to not do that. There was this kid that like always had a Spider-Man jacket on, like dressed the same, always had the same haircut for like the entirety of high school. I never knew his name, but like he would run around and like he'd like maybe bother people by like going up to them, and I think he was like autistic or something, like, but he was really like bullied. Like people were like, oh, he's the weird kid, and like I would always say like, hi, like, you know, like in passing or whatever. I would never I don't know if I ever like talked to him, but like I certainly didn't go out of my way to be like, what the fuck? Or whatever. Like,
I remember people being like passive aggressive with him, like seeing him and they were like, hey, what's up, Spider-Man? And like he would like that, but it's like, you know, they're making fun of him.
Yeah, and he thinks they're being genuine. That's so fucking sad.
And which is like was really horrible. I was like, why even like talk to him if you don't like him or you don't like want to associate with him? It's
just to show off and in front of the other friends and make yourself look higher or whatever. It's fucking crazy. That's another reason. Like I experienced bullying. I'm sure everyone, maybe not everyone, but like, did you experience bullying?
Yeah, they used to call me Smelly Melly in elementary school.
Oh, but no bullying in high school?
No.
Oh wow, that's good.
Because I was friends with the bully.
Yeah, you were like, I was the bully.
I was about to say, I was like, me saying that I don't understand bullying when I was totally a part of that group that was doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely had my moments of, I wouldn't say necessarily bullying. I think it was just like I
talk shit behind people's back.
Yeah,
that's different.
And I like had falling outs with people and stuff. And but I never like, I got called a bully once, but I wouldn't describe myself as a bully. Yeah, it was like one of the falling outs. They were like, you're such a bully. And I was like, pop off, queen. I had awful grades throughout high school and awful attendance as well. I literally like, I was never passionate about school. Like, like you could see, I got my transcript recently actually. And like, that was the first time I've ever looked at it because I was applying for a job. But I saw like my freshman year, it was like, there was like B's and C's, maybe a D. And then like as time progressed, it was like by the end of high school, like it was like F you too. I'm out of this bitch. Literally. And like I did end up leaving the high school less than a month before graduation, which also landed like right around my birthday. Like, oh, what a horrible birthday.
I remember that.
But I think my birthday was actually pretty good. And I remember like which also since I got my transcript, I was like, oh, like this high school, and they were like, we have a Dylan Thomas, and I was like, unless they like misspelled my name or whatever, and she was like, oh, here you are under the adult school, and I was like, oh, it said that I had graduated from technically an adult school instead of a high school, and I was always under the impression, like even when I was telling people, I was like, oh yeah, I graduated like from this high school after I left the other one, and it turns out I did not technically graduate from a high school. They were on the same campus, but like it's just like they run both schools out of that tiny little campus because it's kind of like where the like dropouts go or whatever. So I guess I was part of that club. But Yeah, so put that on my resume. But yeah, now instead of high school, I have to put adult education, but like on my resume. But it's kind of a blessing in disguise because I wouldn't want a job to see that and be like, oh, he's not as qualified, because I'm like a firm believer in like your grades from high school or even college like don't necessarily reflect
on your work ethic
and how you would do in a workspace, because I think the workspace can, like, among other reasons, I think for me specifically, like if my job like aligns with my passion so much more, like I will put myself into it. And I think that's why I did a bad job in high school, because like and like I first of all wasn't very passionate about it, and if I was like at the beginning of the year like, oh, I'm gonna do the good this year, whatever, like it only resets once for the entire, well, I guess like you start and then it resets halfway through. We had the 2-semester thing. I know it's different in other places, but so like if, say, you know, we start in August and in October I'm already way behind, but I get motivated again, that is going to be a very short-lived motivation, because pulling a D to an A in like crazy. 2 months is like impossible. So I think that's a weird system, and but I definitely didn't apply myself in high school, and at the end of the day the grades are like, you know, my fault and whatever. And I got like the truancy letters. Like, if you guys don't know what truancy is, it's like beyond like, oh, your attendance is bad. Like once you're truant, it's like they will contact your parents, and I think if it gets really bad, or even just to the point of truancy, they'll call and be like, your child like legally needs to be in school. Like, that's crazy. And it was like you could only have like 10 excused absences for the whole year and like 3 unexcused. I was like, bitch, like I will do that I'll do 10 days in a week, like, even though there's only 5 fucking days. It was crazy, and like I knew the attendance people so well, like but yeah, and like towards the end of high school, like I was chasing my passions on those days that I was not in like in school. So like it went to show like I will apply myself for stuff that aligns with my passions. And I had this assistant principal that I really hated, and I don't really know how I feel about it now. I'd like never think about it. But at one point I was in her office, and we had like multiple assistant principals at that school because there were so many kids. But like at one point she was like, there have been teachers that have seen you out driving around during school hours. And I was like, oh, you caught me. And I was like, bitch, you know it. Like, I don't want to be here. What the fuck? Like, once I got my license, it was a totally freeing experience, especially because I was privileged enough to have a car at my disposal. Like, it was mine. And yeah, my parents, like, they weren't approving of what I was doing. And I'm glad in the end that I did. I technically, from the adult school, have a high school diploma. It's not like a GED. Not to shit on people with GEDs, but like I know that's a step down in a way, if you want to call it that. But yeah, like it was a bad time. Like my mental health was bad, and my habits were bad because like I legally had to finish high school. I guess like legally you don't have to, but like the way my life was going, it was like you have to like finish high school. And luckily after that, my parent was supportive of me like not going to college, and I tried out college. And I know the podcast isn't about college, but just to like give a brief synopsis, like I went to college for like 2 weeks, and I think I did online classes or registered at another college. But like neither of them lasted like beyond 2 weeks. Like I was like, this is fucking high school all over again. Like this is another classroom environment. Like I hate this. And since then I've built a business, and maybe we're building another one here. It'll be fun. Hopefully. But yeah, I think I do want to add to my work schedule, which is why I mentioned that I applied for a job recently. So but
I think I was basically the same, and I still haven't found like a passion to do outside of school. So I'm just kind of like floating around here. But my grades weren't the best either. I mean, I barely fucking passed. Literally.
Really?
Yeah, because I failed English 10 honors.
Honors?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I don't even know why I took honors.
I don't know why. Like, I took honors for, I think, English 10 too. Like, why the fuck did I do? Maybe
No,
I like thought I
literally.
was going to college
Yeah,
because
because-
like the traditional path.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Whatever.
Well, people were like, "Oh, the English like 10 is like super easy. Like just do honors. It's so much like." I was like, "It's not even that much." They were like, "It's not that much harder." And I was like, "Okay, like I'll take your word for it." Should have not done that.
Like, I love that H on my like grade book.
Yeah. And I mean, the teacher always tried helping me and stuff, and she knew like I'm not
This
motivated.
girl's there's no hope for her.
Yeah. And I only failed one semester, so I had to retake just one.
Oh, okay. And that was the only class you failed?
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I was taking the E2020 my senior year, but me being a lazy ass, every time I had that class,
Malazy ass?
yeah,
It's like a play on your name.
like when I was in that class, I would like do it for like 5-10 minutes and then be on my phone, and then I'd like the next day too. I'd like when we were there for 2 hours. That shit was
Block
crazy.
day. Yeah, our like normal week was like Monday was late start, so we started an hour later. What was that? 8:30? Oh, we started at 7:30 on normal days. Oh my god.
That is crazy.
First of all, what the fuck? Like, I cannot fucking believe. There was not one day of the high school experience where I was like, rise and shine. Like, the
literally.
birds are chirping at 7:30.
My brother now goes in at 9.
Oh, because they have that new law.
Yeah. So he's
it's
in
like
elementary
you can't start
school.
like after 8:30. Oh, there's different ones for elementary school, right?
So he goes in at 9.
Oh my god.
And then on late starts he goes in at 10.
Oh my god.
And then
why even go?
Yeah. my brother in high school, he goes to a trade tech. So
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, he's starting at 8:30 on like regular days, and then on late starts I think he starts at 9.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it's interesting that you mentioned like trade tech, because I didn't realize there were like other options.
Me
Like, I think
too.
that's something they should talk about a lot more,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
like the traditional high school experience, 7:30 to 3:30, you got extracurriculars a lot of times afterwards. Like, that is a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if you think of an adult, they're doing like 9 to 5, whereas like a literal like fucking high schooler is
Yeah.
doing 7:30 to, if you were in band, 9 p.m.
Yes.
That's what the hell is like. I'm literally just realizing this now. Like, what the fuck? And I get that like once you're an adult, you could potentially have kids or whatever, but like
If you
things to
don't,
tend
like,
to
the
after
fuck?
work. But yeah, exactly. Like, it blows my fucking mind beyond belief. And like, there are so many other options. There's first of all, there's homeschooling. There's online stuff. There's like hybrid, especially with COVID. Like, we both graduated like right before COVID. I was class of 18, you were class of 19.
Yeah.
And class of 20 had their graduations like stolen from them, which really sucks. But yeah, like once I switched and the E2020 stuff, I was like, I could have been doing this the whole fucking time, because like I was not retaining like anything in the classes. And like, so I was like, because with this E2020, that's like the computer version of these classes. Like, you could bullshit your way through that like no other. Like, you could type the alphabet 10 times and count it as like a 5-paragraph essay.
Yeah.
And they would be like, ooh, okay, you did great.
Yeah. Even
So great. I was like, I could fuck with this.
yeah. And did you do it at home or like in school?
At school, I did it mostly at school, if not all. But when I switched to the adult school, it was all at home. Like, I like checked in at the adult school and was like, hi, like I'm a real person.
Yeah.
And then like left and then finished it in like 2 weeks. And I also had like a random like fucking ear tooth infection. And my cheek was huge.
Really?
Yeah. So like, what a random note, but like it was a weird time. And then went back for graduation, and I still got to do like the cap and gown shit. I only graduated like a week after everyone else from like the school I came from. But I was like, when I threw that on Instagram in the caption, I was like, switching schools was the best decision I've ever made. And I was like, period, slay. Like, I still like think so, because I mean there was just like no saving it. And I have, and I would like record these sometimes, like I have it on video, the assistant principal saying like, your only other option is to go to like this one school or the college and do like high school classes at the college.
Yeah.
But I went to another school. Like, she acted like there were such limited options. And like, that is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I think she had like a grudge against me, because like you should have heard the way she said the driving thing. She was like, other teachers had, like, she literally said it like exactly like that. Like, I've seen you driving around. And yeah, I don't really have anything against the like that band director maybe, but like the actual band director, like he I never had an issue with him. I've heard things about him, but
Hi.
But hi, how you doing? And I don't know if you went to the fundraiser thing with us, but I've gone to like one fundraiser since, and you know, like I'm fine with him, and I think there is also only so much one person can do. Like when you are one person and you're, you know, corralling like hundreds of children, like that can be really hard. It's a lot of pressure. So I think it's important to take in his perspective, but I have heard things that I'm like, oh, like that's not good. I can't remember exactly what happened, but it also came from people where I'm like, I don't know if they'd say something about like this person treated me badly unless it was like pretty bad, like bad enough to mention.
I was kind of a kiss ass, so I had like an in with both of the directors.
Oh, so you were like a teacher's pet.
Yeah, especially with them, because I was like, girl, I want to know the tea.
Yeah, senior year you were my section leader and I was fucking bitter.
You were?
I wanted to be section leader with you, but I think like it came down to my like attendance and grades, which sucked, but I still was president of the United States of America. I was band president for 2 years and social media co-leader for the year before that.
That was crazy too. I like, oh God, everybody fucking drove me crazy. I literally would have a breakdown almost every fucking tournament.
Really? Oh, every tournament.
Because no one would fucking listen. And like, I understand, like, I'm the same as you, just I have a title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't
understand
know, like, looking back how well I do as a section leader. I feel like I would have applied myself more and maybe even tried more in my classes if it was like, oh, you might be taken out. But I think I was just like so on the verge of like not even qualifying being in band that they were like, we can't have him as a section leader. But the person they chose instead of me, like, I really had an issue with who they chose. So and that was a significant hindrance on my senior year.
And he was mostly the reason why I was so frustrated, because he was so buddy with all the freshmen and like sophomores, and I was like, I understand have a relationship. I had a relationship with a lot of them too, but like, be serious when you need to be serious. And like,
I had an issue with that.
No one
and
would
still
take no one would take him serious because he was so like goofy all the time. And it's like, I looked like the fucking asshole all the time because I was like, dude, get your shit fucking together. You guys, like, we're gonna perform in literally 5 minutes. Shut the fuck up. Like, it was tough. And like, even like talking to him after, he's like, well, you this and you that. I'm like, I'm like trying to help you here. He was like, well, you always do this, and I'm like, I understand. And
my
like,
God, I never witnessed one of these talks. That's so interesting.
And I was like, I'm like, I know I'm not always going to be super serious, and like, I'm like, that's not me either, but like, when I need to be, I have to be.
You're good at that. You can shift like quickly, and people know like you mean business. And I think I got that from my dad, because that's how my dad is too. Because when he was coaching me for soccer, like, he was like, when you're on the field, I'm not your dad, I'm your coach. Off the field, I'm your dad, but when you're on the field, I'm not. Wow.
And so like, even my cousins, this goes back to middle school, but like, my cousins thought because my dad was our coach that they could like do whatever the fuck they want. Because of them, we ran the whole entire hour because they wouldn't stop fucking goofing off.
Wow. And I think that's a really healthy way to do it, because it's one thing, like, it's not healthy when parents are like, I'm not your friend, I'm your parent, because that's like all the time blanket statement. But I think when it's said like in a soccer context, it's like, because the kid could think that like they're higher up, but it's like every teammate needs to be like humble about it, like everyone's on the same level, we're helping each other out because we're a team. I think like I applaud your dad for that.
And like, sometimes it would be a little harsh because he would be like pushing me more than other people, because he knows like I need a little bit more motivation, but I'm like, you're my fucking dad, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
That's a little like
but I mean, anyways, like, it was it was fine.
We're talking about high school.
So like, being with this guy and like doing the leadership together, I was just like, I don't know, like, it's not really gonna work out for me because I'm just looking like the asshole.
And I think giving these roles, given what they entailed to high schoolers, like, I mean, some people like were sophomores and they were given section leader. Like, I think I can remember, wasn't he a...
Yeah.
So this What?
We always had a problem with him.
Oh, really?
Because of
Oh.
and then because he was like, oh yeah, fuck him, don't fucking listen to him. And I understand, because one point he did like go off on one of our people, and I was like, yo, like, come to me, like, you're not their fucking section leader, like, don't talk to them. And like, you know, but like, I even told him, I was like, I understand your frustration with my section, and I understand because I'm frustrated too, but they're their own people. Yeah. You know, like, we're the same as them. We just have titles. I literally told him that. I was like, I can only do so much. I was like, if you have a problem with him, go to the fucking directors, because they have more power than we do. Yeah, I think it's just like, as a sophomore especially, like, to give, and that was a big section. Like, that was like 20 different people. And there were multiple section leaders for like certain sizes of sections. But like, I don't know, like, I'm like, are high schoolers like qualified to like, to like boss around and like, and give advice and stuff like that. But I think I don't know, like, it's good to like dive them into that kind of, and be like, this is what it's like to be a leader. But like, there was a lot of responsibility put on these students, and I feel like it may have even like, I hope the directors didn't see it this way, but part of me feels like it was like we'll allocate some of the work that needs to be done, like responsible work, like by an adult, to the kids. And it's like, oh, that's where it's like, I don't think that's good for like, I don't know, mental health. I mean, I look at it like from like a sports point of view, because I used to be a captain for my soccer team
in high school.
Not like high school like team, but like outside of high school, I was playing soccer. Right. And so
you were that age though.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so I kind of saw it from that point of view too, because I was like, all I can do is motivate them and push them to do the best, because I know they're good kids, and they're just like fucking fed up. They're kids. Like, you know, like, they have to act out sometimes, and I understand that. So I'm just like, that's where I saw it from, because I'm like, I can only do so much at this point.
Yeah, I guess it could help on the relatability aspect of like, I know you have classes, like you might be stressed about your homework, but like you're on the field, like forget about that. Like, you can get a little like you understand more. And yeah, like I'm glad you realize, like, as a leader, like, you can only do so much, and eventually you kind of just have to let them go on their own and be themselves, because especially if there's multiple people. I mean, that's what a leader like implies, kind of, is you could lead one person, but I feel like it usually has to do with like a number of people that you're trying to lead, and it's that can be really stressful if they're not taking your advice and applying it. And even my second year, I think I was more on the other guy's side from the year before. I think I was kind of losing my like motivation, and even like, I'm like, why am I even here? Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I already did it last year. I know what the fuck this is like. And this new person coming in was like, we have to get this straight. Like, you need to do this. And I'm like, that's not how it works. Like, once you're in here, you'll see the difference. And I think that's what a lot of people think about when they're outside of that leader position too. Because I'm just like, it's not what you really think once you're in here. Like, don't judge a book by its cover type of thing. Walk a mile in their shoes before you judge them or whatever. Exactly. So I was already kind of checked out my second year that I was a leader. Oh, wow. So, like, obviously that did have an impact on the section too, because you could tell that second year was not the best. For you? Or for the section as a whole? Section. But, we did it a lot better than the year before. Oh, good. We got a lot more compliments from everybody else. Wow. So that was good. But it was still like very like, you guys, come on. Like, and it was a very cool opportunity, and it had a lot of great moments. I think I guess it's kind of like a given with high school and extracurriculars anyways, where like, oh, you're not sitting with me on the bus or this or that. Like, there's drama involved. But there was one person that left a letter in the band room like my senior year, and it in part said, Daniel Thomas is the worst band president ever. Like, it was like, called me the fuck out. And like, low-key, I agree, because like I checked out too. Like, and that was the first semester. Marching season was always the first semester, and like, I didn't actually leave the school until the very tail end of the second semester. But yeah, I think my senior year, I was just like, fuck, like this again. Like, but yeah, I think it presented a lot of cool opportunities too. Like, actually performing like And we did the halftime show. We just performed with Rihanna at the Super Bowl. But yeah, I think there were times where like, and it was kind of like rare, but I was like, oh, I fucking love this. Like, I'm going to like slay the show tonight. Like, but it took so much work and stuff to get to that point where it was like, is it really worth it? Yeah. But
I don't know. The performing aspect, the actually going out there, like being at the tournaments, I thought that was like the best thing about it.
Yeah.
It was like
in the social aspect, those two were, and they were really cool.
It's like you worked your ass off for this. You better fucking do your best.
Yeah, we had one show with that one where we flicked on the lights on our hats. Like people went fucking berserk every time we like. It was roll out the fucking red carpet. It was so fun to like. That was really cool.
Like, and now someone this year fucking stole that bit.
Oh really?
Yeah,
another school.
Yeah. And they were using like almost the same exact music. I was like,
oh my god,
watch your fucking back.
Yeah, like we did like the Kiss from a Rose song. That was cool.
Someone did that this year.
Oh my god.
But
that was lit. Like, oh my god. And there was like, this is literally turning into a band. I never practiced outside of school. And even in school, like there was a lot of downtime in band, like where, you know, they were working on a specific sections part or whatever. That's me conducting. Yeah. But for whatever reason, I don't want to say like I'm gifted or whatever, but like I feel like a lot of it did come naturally. Like I was like, for sure. And there was somebody who like expressed jealousy at one point, like he never fucking practices and like he's hitting these high notes and like and I was given like the highest note at a certain point in one of the shows and like I hit it like in
that
the
shit
show.
Was crazy.
What year?
I think it was your senior year, wasn't it? No. Yeah.
Junior or senior. Yeah. It must have been later.
I think junior then.
But they took it out of the show eventually. I don't remember why, but like I remember I hit it.
It was like, I think it was because it was so straight on. Like you could hear it. Like it was crazy. I could play that
thing fucking loud as hell.
Especially because it was a higher note. Obviously, like the vibrations like carry longer.
And like a lot of times, like towards the end of the season, like it got cold, and that affects the, not to be like fucking geeky or whatever, but like it affects the tone of the instrument, so it sounds different and it can be bad. Yeah. I like specifically like never understood when they were like, oh, you're flat. I'm like, oh yeah, you're flat. Like
really,
I never understood. I was like, I could not tell the difference between flat and sharp. Like maybe a little bit, but like some people had a fucking ear for it. Like they were like, oh, you're a little bit flat, and I was like, it sounds the fucking same to me.
Yeah,
like
really,
yeah, like
That's crazy. This is why I hate that I was in band, and I always say this, and it's really annoying to me, like to even say it out loud. But like, I can't enjoy live music anymore.
Because
I'm like,
off key,
that bitch is out of tune. I was like, he's not even on time. What is he doing
on time? I can see. Like I'm still, and I think it's kind of fun having like the remnants of skills from band, because like even now, like I am always like fucking like drumming in the car. I'm like, like and I'll do like split notes and shit. Like and I think like I don't want to say the average person or whatever, but like the average person doesn't know how to like do that, keep a beat, like literally like they might know how to keep a beat, but like split it up like on like split seconds, like where you're doing different rhythms and stuff, like and like doing it between different hands and stuff. But I think that's really fun. But like
it's so
was that worth 5 years of my life? I don't know. I don't like drumming that much, but yeah, like I would not change it for the world, because I think I have no idea what would have happened. Like again, like maybe dance would have been cool, but like you have to get PE credit somehow. I remember I never did those like physical assessments. Never. I never did those.
How did you pass?
I don't know. I was always like, I was worried about that too. I was also really worried about the fucking draft. Like I remember freshman year, my history teacher was like, yeah, basically like they spin a wheel and like if it lands on you, you go in the army, like, and they ship you off. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, holy shit. Like I didn't realize like a war had to happen or something. Like so
no, they just pull you out.
Like they get like a drone and like pick you like a claw machine.
It's so funny. When one of my cousins first turned 18, my dad, he doesn't like him. Sorry, but he doesn't, and it's kind of really annoying. But anyways, he was like, "Have you enlisted? Like, did you like sign up?" And he was like, "What? I didn't know I had to do that." He like actually didn't know, and then he was like, "You could literally go to jail for this."
Wait, what?
For enlisting into the army. Like once you turn 18, you have to.
I don't know if I did that. Am I going to jail?
Really?
Men and women or just men?
Just men.
Oh, fuck that. Oh my God.
You have no ovaries. You can't reproduce.
I could try.
Try really hard.
I'll give it a good shot.
But yeah, he actually didn't know he had to enlist.
Wait, so how do you enlist?
Enlist.org. Yeah.
.gov.
I think you just have to like go on the on the fucking military army.
Nobody does that though.
You have to. It's like a law.
You have to stay in the speed limit too. You see me going 80 on the side street today?
No, but you actually have to. Because if they see that when they're drafting and they see that your name isn't like even on the roster.
Are they gonna draft though?
Who fucking knows, bitch?
You're like, I hope not.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like if I'm one of the people that I'm like, okay, I'll follow the rules and go and do it. Like, then I'm like one of the 2 people that actually did it. It's like now I have a 50% chance of going to the army when they draft, or like everyone who didn't follow. That's one thing that high school deadass taught me. Like, I cheated, but like I feel like a lot of people like cheated like and got A's and shit, and they were like, oh my God, you're doing so good, and I would get like an F, and I was really trying. One time in middle school I was in the stall and someone took the box because they had put like a box over the one of the urinals because it was out of order, and someone took it off and threw it over the stall and it landed on me. And I was like, I would like to pass away. Yeah. Luckily there wasn't anything like on it, but like I went to the fucking office and I was like, this is who did it. And I would like,
you knew who did it?
Yeah.
Who?
I was like, I think I know who did this. And like I just had a fucking box from a urinal thrown on me while I was taking maybe I was just peeing because I sit down and pee. Fucking sue me. Like, oh my God. I could donate $1 million to charity and like I'd still sit and pee and he sits and pees. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
Yeah. I don't know. But like I feel like for men, like you're just like, oh, he's shitting. Like he's going in the shitter. Yeah. Like actually. The shitter? Not the pisser, the shitter.
Yeah. I never was like vibing with it. I was
not even just like standing over the toilet and peeing?
I always sit down.
Wow.
I just like that's how it's always been. Like I can fucking pop out my phone and shit. Like
yeah.
I'm like, this is my little break.
You need a cooch down there then.
People thought I just like left high school, like dropped out. Yeah. And I even had a family member like call me a dropout. And I was like, no bitch. You know that I went to another school and finished.
Did you see my Instagram post?
Yeah, literally. Best decision ever. Yeah. But those gowns too were cute as fuck. They were like teal gowns. Like I threw a filter on it and made it so vibrant.
Literally so cool.
But yeah, like I remember I saw like a girl I went to elementary school with at the graduation from the second school, and I was like, girl, what you in for? Like, what did you do?
Jail.
Yeah. Her name was Jenna, and I think she like we were like friends for like a split second in elementary school, but I was like, oh my God, it's Jenna, like full circle, bitch. Yeah. Go Dolphins.
That's funny. Yeah. I don't like all the people that I was friends in high school with. It's crazy how they just drop like flies.
Oh yeah.
Like you. And not even Ariana I was friends with in high school.
That's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. That your friends now you weren't even necessarily friends with in high school. It's not like they were the ones that remained after the drop off. Like you didn't even like know them. Yeah. I think I made friends with Ariana after high school too.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think we like ever were acquainted with her even like
I knew her family members, but I didn't know much about. I don't even know if I like ever ran into her. Like, very interesting.
Yeah, I always saw her from afar.
Yeah, like, hey, she was in that different section, the xylophone section.
Yeah. And they always had the little clique there too.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I have like 5 friends I think from high school still now, and even like I was friends with a few more, but then we just stopped being friends.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, it just kind of falls off, and I mean, I don't really care, but it's like crazy how like you have so many people, and then they just
the
like
day
leave.
High school ends, it's like
Bye.
It shows who your true people. That's like so true. Like who will maintain contact, and it doesn't have to be necessarily right after high school, but like I remember like there was this girl that I would joke around in the Spanish class we were talking about earlier, and like I loved her, like really? But like after high school, like I don't know, I think I maybe like suggested hanging out once, but she was like not in the good group. Like she would like steal shit from stores, and I think I'd imagine she did drugs because she was like a like the party scene she was in and the people she was affiliated with, I was like, she might be doing like, she might have even mentioned it, like cocaine or whatever, but
that's crazy shit.
Yeah. But hey girl. But like, yeah, in that situation, I'm like, I'm glad that, you know, that friendship did end because I never drank in high school. We've already talked about alcohol and stuff, but like I think we were probably both just like goody goodies.
Yeah, and
in terms of the alcohol and well overall too.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think
we weren't boys.
I mean I wouldn't like I wouldn't like drink or smoke like daily like some people would, but like sometimes before rehearsal my senior year I would go off and like and then like I'd go back.
I do remember one time we went out after school. It might have been in between school and band because there was like a gap, like a 3-hour gap, which I fucking hated. Like I would always fall asleep and like be like, oh, I'm so comfortable now, and then it's like already time to go.
Yeah,
like,
and you live
2
right
hours
there too.
can go by so fast with that. I was like, fuck. Oh my God. And then like we also had the rehearsals on Saturdays too. That was like a band camp day. It was like instead of like 12 to 9, it was like 1 to 9. Yeah. Like, ooh.
I remember one time they were making us do bear crawls when it was literally 115 degrees on the field and I had like blisters on my hands.
Oh my
it was
God.
So hot. They were like, just go grab your gloves. The gloves are fucking black, bitch. Really?
Yeah, and a lot of people have holes in the fingers.
Yeah, because of fucking like clarinets and flutes and shit.
Or did they just like wore out over time?
Yeah. So
I will say putting on the gloves, like sometimes it felt like a fucking superhero, like
like
a doctor preparing for surgery.
Oh, when we had the little flaps too.
Yes.
I love putting
them.
those things. Oh,
I'm like, girl, I'm ready to save the city.
Yeah, and then when people didn't know how to put them on themselves, so someone would have to help, I always did it myself and then helped other people do it because no one could do it. I was
really?
Like,
Put on a glove?
So cool. No. The little flaps that we had on our arms, the silver ones.
Those, the gauntlets.
Yeah.
I always had an issue with. I thought you meant the fucking thing on the glove to tighten the glove, the Velcro strap. I was like, what the fuck? People didn't know how to put that on. But yeah, I would always put like the bobby pins on those to like hold them in.
Yeah.
And like everything was like tight. I wore oh my God, I wore like for the first year I had like long enough hair where they had me wear a do-rag and like it put like a line in my fucking head. Like that shit was so tight. Like
that's crazy.
I was like, literally, it's like when you like take off goggles and like there's like indents. Literally, like there was a line on like my forehead. Like I was like, is it really so that tight? Like maybe that's why I didn't retain anything in class. Like it fucking cut off the circulation in my brain.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, but
yeah. But yeah, I always felt so powerful putting other people's gauntlets on for some reason. I was like, yeah, bitch.
Suiting up for the day.
Literally.
Elastigirl.
Yeah. Relationships. You never had a relationship in high school, right? Like
I dated somebody for like a week and I was like, oh, my first relationship. Yay. But looking back, I don't think I would really call that. It certainly wasn't like a serious relationship. Like I remember he walked in. It's a he. I'm a faggot. It just came out. I remember he walked into the band room and like right after we made things official and like I was telling someone like, oh my God, like he and I are dating, and he walked right by me and I was like, oh, like that's so cringe to like, because he was like, why is he so excited? But yeah, other than that, like I did have a like sexual encounter, like multiple but with the same person, and that started in high school. But relationships, so no. What did you say?
I said that's still so crazy. Like I don't think I had like a sexual encounter until I was a senior.
Wasn't yours on the bus?
No.
Didn't you have something happen on the bus?
I fucking swear everybody fucking says that. I never fucking did that
I
shit.
feel like you said it yourself once.
Really?
Yeah. I thought you like, because on the bus rides to the tournaments and shit, they didn't allow blankets because some people would. I'm looking at you.
No. I said I saw someone.
I thought you because I have a person in my mind that I feel like.
No.
Really?
No. Everybody says that, but it's just because like. Oh my God. Whatever.
The truth.
Yeah. I don't get why people said that. Is that what people said?
I
Did
feel
you
like I
hear it
heard
from
it
someone?
from
Or from me?
you. That's what I'd guess. It was
No,
a
no, no,
while
no.
ago though, so I don't know who I would have
Yeah.
heard it from though.
No, it wasn't. I didn't say anything like that. I never did anything like that on the bus.
Me neither.
I think
I didn't have anybody to do that with on the bus besides the driver. Can you stop at McDonald's?
Yeah, I think like she was my first relationship, and I feel like we were both very touchy, which I think that's why people.
Someone thought maybe you were.
Yeah,
I see.
that's why I think because I mean
that's why you'd never sit with me on the bus.
Yeah,
you're too busy being touchy.
But like she would like. You know how like the seating in the bus is, but she would sit like this, and like I would just sit like between her legs.
Wait, between her legs?
So like,
she was sitting like
this,
that.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you were like sideways on the.
Yeah.
I see.
And so maybe that's why too. Like I don't know. And she tried one time, and I was like, "Bitch, no."
Oh, really?
I was like, "Not on the fucking bus."
Maybe you told me that she tried.
Yeah, and not even like a blanket either. I was like, "Bitch, no."
Oh my God.
There's literally people right there, and we're on a bus.
Just weird. Yeah.
And I was like, "This is not gonna be my first time on the fucking bus."
Yeah. Oh, it would have been your first time. Yeah.
Yeah, because the first time it was my senior year.
And it was like at a house or something.
Yeah, it was at my house. Yeah,
wow.
because was it prom? I think it was prom my senior year.
Band coming.
Yeah.
We had instead of homecoming, we missed it because
a band tournament,
and we had a thing called band coming, which actually that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it actually really
and like
was.
I felt like so like in a like I was like bonding with everybody, and like there was like a dance floor, and we all did like the stretch routine. Like it was cool. I don't know, for some reason I really liked that.
I don't think I went to the first one.
It was a really like someone like used their grandparents' house, and it was like big and shit, and I was like, wow, this is really cool.
I went the second year.
Oh, did you?
And I wore a dress and heels.
Oh, wow.
Why the fuck? I wore my prom.
You didn't wear a suit and tie?
Yeah. I wore my prom dress from the year before that. I don't know how it still fit. But
I only went to one prom. Ooh, this is like a fun brag thing. Like, I'm always like, oh, yeah, I was. But I was banned from going to prom my senior year because of my like truancy and shit.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
that's like way more fun than going to prom. Like, the rest of my life, I'm like, yeah, I was banned. I was in band and I was banned from prom.
That's crazy. But yeah, I went to prom 2 years, my junior and then senior.
Mm-hmm. And then as a sophomore, you needed to be like invited by a junior or higher or something, an upperclassman.
And even then, I took a sophomore my junior year with me, and they were like, I was like, oh, can I get 2 tickets? And then they were like, for who and who? And I was like, for me, and then the guy, and he was there with me.
Oh, it was a guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
sorry, you have to bleep this out again.
Were you going romantically?
No.
Oh,
we were just as friends because he wanted to go because he wanted to be with the popular kids, you know? You know. Me saying his name, but yeah, and they were like, I was like, oh, does he need to fill out a form? She's like, does he go here? I was like, yeah. He's like, no, it's okay.
Oh, you could bring someone from another school?
Yeah, but you had to like sign a paper. Yeah.
I don't know if I didn't really know anybody from another school though.
Yeah.
I feel like in middle school and at least the beginning part of high school, like I don't know how many people, but like I've heard that at least in middle school, like people knew that I had a YouTube channel and stuff. So like I do feel like people knew who I was, and like I had a good amount of friends, but it's like you don't necessarily realize it when you're in high school. Like there's a small percentage of your friends that are actually your friends.
They're like acquaintances and then friends.
Yeah, I feel like the girl in Spanish was like I don't know, like more of an acquaintance. Yeah. And someone, maybe it was like a friend, but like maybe there's a word for like one that doesn't last after high school. But yeah, like, and there were people that like I genuinely enjoyed their company. Like I would reach out to this girl fucking Ruby from math. Like I loved her. Like we vibed so hard. Like I would hang out with her now. Like I wonder what she's up to. Like it'd be fun to, do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even like 5 months ago, I had this like I was like I'm just gonna like reach out to like everyone, and so like I reached out to like there was
oh really?
Like I reached out to him, and he knows about the podcast. Like
oh fuck, you owe me $5.
And after I sent him like the link for it, he like didn't reply. And he didn't reply for months either. Like I mean, it was kind of like to see if I could get a boyfriend, but like once I met Fern, like I was driving home with Fern and like I got a message from Alex saying like, oh my God, like I saw your message, but like I didn't reply. It was literally like months after. And I was
crazy.
like, oh, that's cool. And like, we just like talked a little bit, but
it's funny because he's like rich. Like I always was like, hey, can I have $5?
Really? Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Not
you taking advantage of people.
No, he would never, but we would just joke around like that. But he was always like, go work your Mexican ass job. Cleaning in a hotel.
Like, he had a house, and I knew he had money.
Yeah.
And he lives in like Orange County now. Like I think it's probably a nice house, and he went to Berkeley. Like
he's really smart too.
Is he?
He got like an internship, I believe, with like Amazon the last time he told me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like at their headquarters, or like for
I have no idea.
Probably a higher up position than delivery person.
No, for sure. But yeah, like I don't know. He's cool.
He is. Yeah.
He's very interesting. Sometimes I'm like,
oh really?
Yeah.
Like recently? Have you talked to him recently?
No, it just like during high school. But I think that's just like the vibe everybody had.
Yeah.
Like especially like.
Everyone's still like figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
He was like, we got kind of close at one point. Like I remember there was one time where like we met up and like we had this deep conversation. Like I had just like pulled over the car and like it was like dark and like we were just like talking.
Yeah.
And like it was a close friendship at one point. But he was like part of a bigger group of people that I was also a part of, and there was like falling outs and stuff. But yeah, so that's probably what that was about.
Yeah, I think that's where I got like the inside scoop on like all of that shit, because he was like I don't know if I can tell you, like I don't think that's like, and I'll just be like, bitch, fucking tell me, you know you want to tell me. And like
so fucked up.
Yeah, but like I mean I had never told anybody like after that, so I was like yeah, it stays here, because we were in I was a teacher's aide.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then he was also, because we just wanted a free period and we were like, I don't want to fucking do anything else. So we would go in there and we would, at the time, don't cancel me, but we would watch like Jeffree Star and like James Charles, Shane Dawson, and like that was when his like whole conspiracy like videos were coming out. And so we would watch those. And then even then, like with a relationship that I had at the time, like I would actually go to him and talk, like because he was just so easygoing.
Yeah.
Like, and he like
he was nice.
Yeah. And he would like tell you like, oh, like maybe this is wrong, or like, you know, he's actually super like down
genuine.
to earth. Yeah. I think high school, the beginning of high school, like I had someone to be with, like a relationship, and
that you knew prior, or like right off the bat you just got to know them.
I knew her prior. This is kind of like when I found out, like I was like, oh shit, like I actually like girls.
Oh wow.
You know, and she was like my first relationship, but I knew her in 8th grade. I don't remember, but she said that we were in the same class prior. I don't know, 6th, 7th grade.
You just didn't notice her?
I don't remember.
You're like, love you though, baby.
Yeah.
You guys were a thing for a while.
It was
like, isn't it like multiple years, or like on off, or?
Yeah, it was. It was fucking crazy. It was on and off.
You're like, we're still together.
Yeah. No. It was
Don't start any rumors.
No, please. But,
take it with a grain of salt.
But yeah, she was my first like real relationship, and it lasted a long time. And like we were like super close because we were friends before, and like we would talk about shit all the time, and like I don't know, we just had a very strong connection even before we like started dating. And it was good for the like beginning like 5-6 months, and then I think actually no, it was good for the first year of the school, because then she went to Texas for like the summertime.
Oh, for the summertime.
Yeah. And
she moved to Texas.
No. But she was there, and that's like we were still talking and stuff, and like for some reason I would always get grounded, so I never had my phone. So it was like if she could, like it was like literally emailing.
Oh my god.
Like to talk to her, because like my parents took away my phone, and they were like I only had a computer or whatever. And then yeah, it was crazy. And then when she like
you got mail. Yeah. Oh my girlfriend emailed me.
Yeah.
Like, in the mailbox.
Yeah.
You're like waiting for the mailman to come.
A pen pal. Yeah. But
like a fucking dog.
That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, and then when we started our sophomore year, there was this other girl that liked her because they were friends. And this is when shit started getting
drama,
like,
mama.
Yeah, and I honestly blame myself like during this time
really
too, because like they were friends or whatever, and I could just fucking tell that like she liked her. And so I was like,
your girlfriend or
the other girl?
Oh, okay,
and I was
good.
like, dude, yeah, I was like, dude, I don't want to like do this if like she's in the picture, because obviously she likes you. And she's like, no, like it's okay, like whatever, like it's fine. And then like I was like, you know what, like I'm just gonna trust you, like whatever. And so they both like smoked at the time, and I didn't, so they would go off and smoke, and I was like, bitch, there's no fucking way y'all ain't doing some shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
so much for that trust.
Yeah. But I think someone told me, or maybe she was pretty transparent with me, so that like love that. But she was like, hey, like she told me that she did like me, like I don't know I'm like, what do you mean you don't know what to do?
Yeah,
like excuse me.
Girl, you know exactly what to do. Melisa's such a fucking catch. What the hell?
So I was just like, you know what, like go fucking try it.
Ooh,
like I'm done.
Shit.
And so I was like, whatever, and they got together. And then
oh my god,
yeah,
were you like devastated?
Devastated.
Oh my god.
But when I tell you, being the most dramatic ass bitch I was, I literally, they would sit like in the lunch table, like right in front of the band room, like the first one, and we would, me and my group would sit in like the third one. So like there was one in between us and then another one, and that's where I was. And I would literally just at the time, like was like my best friend, and I would tell her everything, you know. And I was like, you know what, like I'm fucking, she's right there with her other girlfriend, like how am I supposed to get over this? And so
yeah, I'm surprised you could even bear to like be near them in person.
It was pretty
like
bad, honestly. Like I was like pretty bad.
Gonna rip
like,
someone's hair off.
Yeah. And I can't remember, we were still like talking, not like as much, but we were still like acquainted. And I was like, dude, you know what, like this kind of really hurts. Like we were together for a while, and then now you just like went with someone else.
Yeah.
And then she was like, yeah, like I don't know, like it's not the same, like she just wants me for like certain things and like stuff like that. And then so then she broke up with her, went back to me.
Oh, but you probably felt like a second option at that point,
yeah,
right?
yeah. And I was like, I don't know, like if I want to anymore at this point, like I don't know. And so like it would be on and off from there. But then when I was off, like she was with the other girl. And even like when she was with the other girl, she was like still with me at the time. So she was like, it was this really weird, like, yeah.
That's really not good.
Yeah. And then like I knew the other girl, and like we were pretty acquainted too. Like I knew who she was. Like we would hang out sometimes. Like we were kind of friends.
You're like, we were dating too.
Yeah. No. Like everybody thought we were, but like she was just very. I don't want to offend, but like she was a whore. Oh, like she would go around with everybody, and it was kind of just like sleeping around, and she even fucking knows it. She like would just go around with other people too while she was with this other girl too. So I mean, obviously she was like, what the fuck? But like she would be very friendly with me too, and like she would literally jump on me like when she saw me and like hugged me, like wrapped her like legs. I was like, I don't
fuck. Was this? Shut the fuck up. When you said wrapped your legs, I was like,
only
I know.
one bitch.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
Crazy.
Okay.
I didn't realize she was a lesbian or bi or whatever.
She's everywhere. Yeah, and it kind of was like that.
She was
all the
so
time.
annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
And like she was like,
I wonder where she is now.
I saw her when I went to college.
Oh my god.
I saw her there, and like
I said now.
Yeah, no. But she did this same exact fucking thing. She ran up to me. She hugged me. At the time, I had a girlfriend too, and so she was like, "What?" Like she knows who she is too, though. So she like knows. And so like she was like, "Oh my god, how are you, honey?" Like that's how she.
Oh,
I was
the
like,
honey is so her.
Yeah.
But
or
it's like
babe.
so she would do that to everybody.
Yeah. I think she called me babe.
Oh my god.
Which is even weirder.
Some people do that, but like, if it's coming from her, it's like, don't call me babe.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, that was just kind of our situation like in high school for like a while, and people thought me and her were dating too.
Oh my god.
But I was
just
like,
because the two lesbians,
you
must be
like,
dating.
I don't like want to do anything with her.
Yeah,
like,
it's like the same thing of like a parent knows like of another gay person on planet Earth, and it's like, oh my god, you guys would be so perfect together because you're both gay. That's not really.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's the same thing with straights, mom.
Yeah. But so, I mean, I still. Not still, but like I had like a good connection with her even after, like just friends and stuff. But she was kind of weird. But
it's an understatement.
Yeah. But with my girlfriend then too, like she was like super nice. Like we don't talk now, but I mean, I think even after high school, I talked to her for like 3 years after.
Wow.
Yeah, because she even like, I believe she moved schools.
Hey guys, just a little contextual note here. She switches subjects at this point. Our camera cut out and didn't pick up the transition. So from here on out, she's talking about a completely different person than who she was just talking about. So, that's it. Okay, bye.
We were like friends before. I honestly don't know what I was thinking. Like even trying to be in that relationship. But I just
because you don't like Zumba.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
We're literally gonna see her.
I kind of want to take one of the classes.
They look lit.
Yeah,
like,
it sounds like she's found her passion too.
For
like, very
sure.
cool.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
that for her.
Yeah. But I don't know what I was like. I think I was just like mistaking like a good friendship with like wanting a relationship, and I think I was just like, I want someone, and then like, I mean, I don't think like I hurt her a lot, but from what I heard from other people, like she was pretty like down about it.
Aww.
And I felt bad because I was just like, it was like after school, I think, and we were like sitting on the benches. I was like, hey, like I don't think like this is like a good match. Like I don't like feel like.
You're like,
I was
I'm
like
swiping left.
Yeah. I was like, I love you, but I don't think
you said
it's
I love
like,
you?
yeah, I was like,
Aww.
I don't think it's like in that way, you know? Like, and she was like, yeah, like that's okay. Like if you like don't feel it. She was super nice
totally
about
be
it.
respectful about it. That's
Yeah. And
absolutely
we
her.
like hugged it out and we kind of just went our separate ways. And I felt bad because obviously she was sad.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I mean, we did have like a good relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, then after that, this whore. This one was like totally just not it, like at all. Like, I guess the first like few months about it, like it was fine, like, you know, but like it slowly. I feel like at some point it was my fault too because I'm not very well spoken and like I can't communicate very well, especially about my feelings. So like, I don't even know. Like she would just say some things and I would be like what's the reason? And I feel like she was so like spiteful to literally everybody, and like people were friends with her, but then like she would say some shit that was so rude. I'm like, why are you even friends with this person? Like they're so rude. Me being in a relationship with them for like a year and a half anyways.
Yeah,
but
it's good that you called that off.
Yeah. And I'm like,
you called it off, right?
Yeah. I think it like was just coming either way. Like both of us were just super like distant while we were together. Like, and we went to college together, so like we had all the same classes. Should have not done that. But it was like during high school especially, like I feel like a lot of people around me definitely noticed my like demeanor change, and like I don't know, it just everything about me I feel like was like, oh, like tiptoeing around her because she'll get mad and stuff like that. And like it was very like emotionally and like mentally like abusive, I feel like.
Oh wow.
And, like it wasn't like super, but it's like she just kind of always made me feel like shit, like about like everything I did. Like I couldn't go out with my friends because she was like, oh, you go out with them
controlling.
but don't even like have time for me. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you don't fucking drive a car, do you, bitch? I have to get home.
Yeah.
Like, what? And like when she would stay after school, like she wouldn't tell me when she would stay, so like she expected me to stay when I already had plans. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, sometimes I would, because I would feel bad, and I'll just be like, I'll just like get a ride from someone, like it's
Yeah.
fine.
I remember she opened my car door on the freeway. That's like always a memory that pops up in my head about her.
Yeah.
That's
And,
like the only time I hung out with her and you both.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. I feel like it definitely had like some up moments, but it had more downs than ups. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it was like we were like connected like a slight bit, but I just feel like
How romantic.
yeah, I just feel like I maybe like didn't know how to be like, I don't want this anymore, or like, I feel like shit, can you not?
Yeah.
Or, like, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know, she would always just kind of say stuff and like to put me down, and like I guess sometimes too would be my fault because I wouldn't talk to her about it, or I'd just be like, dude, it doesn't even matter. And I feel like I still do that now at some point, but I realize it and I'm like, oh fuck, like maybe you should have not said that. But then it's already too late because I already fucking said it.
Yeah.
You know?
Rewind.
Yeah. But yeah, that relationship really took a toll on me. Even after like we broke up, it was like,
And so that started when? During your senior year?
yeah, I believe it was like mid senior year, maybe
And
like
then went into college.
yeah. And yeah.
And when did you graduate college?
No, I did not graduate.
I just wanted to
Because
expose
of
you. What?
I said because of her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, really? You'd say that?
I don't know. I feel like
Maybe that was like you initially left.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you realized further that it wasn't for you.
Yeah. And I think like, I mean, I wanted to try it out just because my parents too were like, oh, like you need to go to college. Like you need to get your shit together, go to college, you know? And I feel like being in that relationship during that time really didn't even help motivate me, because I was like, why am I even here? Like, this person's treating me like shit too. Like, there's no point of me being here. And even like after we broke up, like in college, because we had the same classes, like I couldn't escape her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
it was
like
all in person.
And then like me still being like super like people pleaser, like we would still hang out. And then like I remember this one time we were like, we ditched our math class to go with this guy that we like were friends with, but I knew she liked him and he liked her, and I was like, why am I even doing this to myself at this point?
Yeah.
Like, just fucking jump out the car right
with
now.
the girl that you don't even want to be around anyways.
Yeah. And so I was like, because I was like, I don't even want to be in class either. Like, what's the fucking point? So I was like, whatever. And then I could tell like they totally like liked each other and stuff, and I was just like in the back like, whatever. And this was like late at night too, because I like
You were in a car?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it was, yeah, because my class was like around 6 and it wouldn't end till like 8, I think, or something like that. But yeah, I don't know, that relationship too was like, it was like
fucking insane.
Yeah, and still to like this day, like there's like triggers in my relationship now that I'm like, oh, like I don't know. And I feel like that's
stem from that.
Yeah. And I feel like that's why I get so overwhelmed sometimes with like specific things, because I'm like, oh, this happened in this relationship, and now this is gonna happen again. Oh, and it's kind of like,
it's important to keep in mind that they're different people.
Yeah, and that's what like.
And you may be a different version of yourself now too.
Yeah, and I try to rationalize that, but sometimes it just like gets in my head. And
me too. I definitely experience that with like all walks of life.
Yeah, and I think. But that relationship, I'm just grateful for it because it taught me, like, the difference between a good one and a bad one. And, like, I feel like everybody kind of goes through that, like, in the own sense, like, of whatever, you know? But I feel like mine, like, definitely had a big toll, like.
The bad relationship.
Yeah. And then even with, like, comparing that one with my first relationship, like, I was like, that is so different.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy.
Yeah, even just, like, the way people have treated me in the past. And, like, not even necessarily romantically. Like, I'm like, wow. Like, I think comparing it to the romantic relationship I'm in now, it's like, it really makes you be like, Wow, there are good people.
Yeah.
Like some people treat you good and some people treat you bad. Some people treat you great and some people treat you like a
Fucking
sack of shit.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, then my relationship now is awesome.
Great. I love that.
Yeah. We're going good.
Thank you so much for watching or listening to it on the iHeart app or Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. We're here every single Thursday, so come on back next week. Or if you haven't listened to the prior episodes, go ahead and do that. They're all there. Might as well fucking listen to them and support us.
Please.
Yeah, we're begging you.
Yeah.
You can't see if you're listening on the apps, but we're on our hands and knees right now.
Yeah.
But go ahead and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Both of those are Grain of Salt Podcast. And we will see you guys next Thursday. Love you so much. And we will see you then. Bye.